The Sunshade Building is an old building in Troy, Ohio that has quite its own little history. It used to be the building where the train would come and it would come alongside of that building. And they made all of the sunshades that went on those old cars, like the like the T models and whatever. And they had that little shade thing, cloth thing on there. And the train would, with all of these little cars on it, would pull up alongside this building, and they would go out there and they would put these shades on these cars, and then the train would go to the next carriage. And so it was kind of fun to learn some of that stuff. Now it's been turned into more of it's an art gallery, and it's off of the square in Troy, so it's a little bit out of the way, but it's a really cool little place. And so I got a studio space there, and I did a opening. I think, help me out, Ryan. I kind of forget what month that was. It was like January or February of this year.
It's March, I believe.
Oh, well, it was March. Okay, see, I told you I needed help with that one. So much has happened since then, So I did that opening, and I did a special project for that studio opening. And Ryan, he was my guest artist, and he brought in some of his artwork as well. But I featured a special project called 17. And 17 is actually a barn, but it's a different kind of barn. I went out and took, it was over 100 pictures of different barns in Ohio. And most of them were southeastern Ohio. And then I chose 17 different barns, and they're different colors, different shapes, different, the roofs had the different little things on the top and whatever, or the windows were different. It had like a horse, the metal horse that you see on them. One had like a really, really old combine that would have been horse-drawn, that you plow the ground with or whatever. And there was some flowers. One had an American flag painted on the side of it. And so I chose these barns specifically to basically build an actual barn. And so I took all 17 pictures, had them printed. They were 48 by 60. And then I had them sliced into 17 even parts. And then I mixed them all up, and I put 17 strips of each barn, and then on the top layer was a piece of each barn that actually built a barn. And then I put all of that together, and then I nailed it onto old barn wood. So.
Wow. How do you even begin to visualize something like that? How did that idea even pop into your head? That's insane.
Well, this is really funny. So I was watching a TV show several years ago, and I seen a picture on the wall. You've got your characters and they're doing the whole drama thing, whatever. And there was a picture in the background. I kind of looked at it and I went, "Oh, that's really groovy," And I've never actually forgotten it. And it wasn't like the way I built it, but it was an image that was in pieces. And so I was like, wow, that's really cool. I think it was actually just one picture where they had cut it and made it into this weird thing. And so I thought that would be kind of really fun to do, was to build this barn. So that it's quite amazing. It's huge.
Thank you so much for watching the All Outdoors Photography Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and the video version on YouTube as well.